Chapter 16 Today and Tomorrow. In both Australia and New Zealand, you can find British and Aboriginal or Maori things side by side. To the people who live there, this is natural, but it sometimes seems surprising to visitors. In Australia, you can find very British place names like Melbourne, Brighton, and Liverpool next to Aboriginal place names like Mullumbimby, Wagga Wagga, and Goondiwindi. In New Zealand, British place names like Palmerston North and Hamilton are found with Maori place names like Wanganui. Once many white people talked about home and meant Britain, but that does not happen often now. People remember the past, but they add new things from the new countries. For example, at Christmas, many people come together to sing Christmas songs, but because it is summer, they can do this outside in summer clothes. Lots of people have a cold meal at Christmas, and quite often they will eat it outside or at the beach. But sometimes people have a big hot Christmas dinner in July, when the weather is colder. Other things are changing too. Australia began its modern life as a place where British could send its convicts. Now, it is a place that people want to visit. About 5 million tourists came to Australia every year, and nearly 400,000 of them are young people from Britain, the USA, and Europe. New Zealand began as a big farm growing food for Britain, and until the 1960s, more than half of New Zealanders' money came from sales to the UK. Today, those sales are worth only 5%. New Zealand's main customer now is Australia, and then the USA, Japan, and China. And Australians and New Zealanders are always looking for new things to do, make, or sell. Before the 1970s, for example, it was hard to think of the name of a film from Australia or New Zealand. But since then, people have made hundreds of films in both countries, and films like Shine and Crocodile Dundee from Australia and The Piano and Whale Rider from New Zealand have had international success. Think about bungee jumping too. In this sport, you jump from a high place, like a bridge, and fall a long way before a roll pulls you back up again. New Zealander A.J. Hackett thought that he could make a business from this, and he made a special rope for the job. In 1987, he showed bungee jumping to the world when he jumped off the Eiffel Tower in Paris, and now there are more places to go bungee jumping in New Zealand than in any other country. Now, on the roads that farmers drove along to reach their South Islands farms, you will see tourists. Perhaps they are driving to bridges where they can go to bungee jumping, or visiting places that they saw in the films of The Lord of the Rings. In the past, Australians and New Zealanders often went traveling to Britain and Europe for a year or two when they finished studying. Many still do, but others also go to countries like Thailand, China, and Japan. Often, these young people are as interested in their own country and its neighbors as they are in Britain, on the other side of the world. In 1999, the government of Australia asked people, "Do you want Australia to be a republic with a president instead of a queen?" Although 55% of Australians said no, many people think that one day Australia will say yes, and then the Queen or King of the United Kingdom will no longer be the Queen or King of Australia. When that happens, perhaps New Zealand will do the same. You cannot just get in your car or onto a train and go to Australia or New Zealand. It takes a long time and quite a lot of money to get there. But there is one of the things that makes these two countries so special: kangaroos, kiwis, uluru, geysers, underground houses and kiwi fruit, and some of the friendliest people in the world. They are all waiting for you down under. Why not come and see for yourself?